As you might notice, this video is a little bit jank. I filmed it a while ago and I never really got around to finishing it because I wasn't very happy with the final product. But the food system is a really important topic, and I've actually decided to do another video on the topic which will go more in depth into industrial agriculture and the whole food system, especially how it relates to environmental and social injustices. Anyways, enjoy the video. What if I told you that changing your diet could help save the planet? Let's talk about environmentally conscious eating. As you might know, humans have been cooking food for a couple 100,000 years at this point, and I like to think we've gotten pretty good at it. We spend a lot of time as a society thinking about how to get food and how to make food. Unfortunately, that means that a lot of our environmental impact is drawn from how we supply this food. Learning how to cook meat, domesticating animals, and developing large-scale agriculture have been some of the greatest achievements in human history, allowing us to support a much larger population than before. In fact, by 2050, it is estimated that there will be 10 billion people on planet Earth. And that means that there's going to be a lot of people to feed. So how do we produce enough food with respect to the environment that we can safely feed these 10 billion people? The EAT-Lancet Commission, a report carried out by an international group of scientists, came up with a diet that optimized human health and planetary health. But before we talk about what that diet is, we need to talk about why it's important. Animal products and meat are really bad for the environment. Agriculture occupies nearly 40% of global land and is responsible for a lot of environmental impact. According to the EPA, the second leading cause of greenhouse gas emissions is agriculture, forestry, and land use. The majority of this category is agriculture, such as crops and livestock. Agriculture is responsible for up to 70% of fresh water use, and it is the greatest driver for biodiversity loss. According to the Commission, foods sourced from animals, especially red meat, have relatively high environmental footprints per serving compared with other food groups. This has an impact on greenhouse gas emissions, land use, and biodiversity loss. This is particularly the case for animal-sourced foods from grain-fed livestock. So let's break that down a little further. A third of grain worldwide is animal feed, and a very low percentage of the usable calories from the grain is stored as usable calories in the animal. For example, it is estimated that for an equal protein output, beef produces 20 times the carbon dioxide and uses 20 times the land compared to beans. Every kilogram of beef takes up to 15,400 liters of water to produce, meaning that a 9-ounce steak took almost 4,000 liters of water to make, which is equivalent to 4 metric tons. While beef is a good example of the problem here, it is not the only example, and this pertains to every food-producing animal. A commonly quoted estimate is that if we were just to eat the grain that we fed to animals, we could instantly feed 2 billion more humans. While this isn't a good plan, it is a good example. It is exponentially more inefficient to feed livestock than grow food crops for the same amount of edible calories. The EAT-Lancet Commission was not just about the environmental impact of food. How we eat affects our health. This involves what we eat or what we don't eat. Globally, it is estimated that 690 million people went hungry in 2019, and this trend has been growing since 2014, not to mention the negative effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. Malnourishment is a serious issue, and to deal with it, we need to be able to provide everyone with not only enough food, but healthy food. Among the leading causes of death worldwide are heart disease, cancer, and diabetes, all of which are non-communicable diseases that are associated with diet. We have to feed the world, and we need to feed the world in a healthy way. So now that I've been talking about it for a while, what is the Planetary Diet? The report outlines a planetary health diet that follows these major points. Reduce red meat consumption to 1 serving per week. Reduce poultry and egg consumption. Reduce dairy. Reduce tubers and starchy vegetables. Increase grains, fruits, and vegetables. Increase legumes, nuts, and sustainably sourced fish for protein. Reduce food waste and optimize food production. Now hold on. That recommended diet isn't vegan. And I thought the most effective way to cut your food-based environmental impact was to go vegan. That's true. The vegan diet has notably been endorsed by environmental activist Greta Thunberg, and according to an Oxford University study, going vegan can reduce someone's food-related carbon footprint by 73%. One of the authors of the study, Joseph Poore, said that, quote, "A vegan diet is probably the single biggest way to reduce your impact on planet Earth. Not just greenhouse gases, but global acidification, eutrophication, land use, and water use." However, it's very intimidating to go vegan. It's very strict and requires a massive shift in diet. A planetary flexitarian diet can serve as a starting point for people to begin to be conscious about their eating, and it's definitely a lot less intimidating than swearing off all animal products. Now, I feel pretty confident about endorsing the ease of adopting this diet into your lifestyle, because I've been on it for about a month.
This video is kind of a primer on maybe how you can eat to help the environment on a personal level, but the real change that needs to happen will be discussed in the next installment. Anyways, see you next time.